In the centre of Edinburgh, a couple of minutes' walk from the busy traffic of Princes Street, a modern movement is being born. A national crusade for a fitter people and a healthier land. Sir Ian Colquhoun, the chairman of the Fitness Council, will tell you something of what the council hopes you will all do in order to get fit and keep fit.
The National Fitness Council for Scotland, of which I am chairman, has been set the task of improving our Scottish physique and of awakening in the minds of Scotsmen and women a pride in their bodily activity and an ideal of perfect physical condition. We have no compulsory powers, and we don't want them. No set programs, no rigid ideas. We just want everyone to take the type of healthy physical exercise which most appeals to them. I live in Loch Lomond. My happiest hours are spent in that beautiful country amongst the people I love so well. From my earliest days, it has been an unconscious habit with me to keep myself fit because it enabled me to do the things that I like best. Ah, but here comes Mr. Barr, who's done a great deal of hiking in his time. Ah, that's right.
How do you do?
Correct in what I say, that you're fond of hill walking?
I certainly am. I've done quite a bit.
Are you going anywhere this weekend?
Yes, I was going up through the Argyll National Forest Park.
Oh, I know that well. Sit down.
Thinking of doing this circular tour from Ardgarton Youth Hostel, down Loch Long to Mark, up onto the saddle, along the hill ridge, down Coilescen and back to Ardgarton.
Well, you seem to know Scotland pretty well, I must say.
Well, I think I can claim to know it as well as anyone. I've been exploring it since I was 12 on cycle and foot. And in spite of that, there's heaps of places off the beaten track I've still to explore. In my opinion, the finest sights in Scotland are well off the beaten track where only your own two legs can carry you.
That's true. You don't find your hobby expensive?
I have never spent more than 2 and 6 a day on a camping holiday. I use youth hostels now. For 5 shilling membership and £1 a night for staying at a hostel, I can enjoy the finest company, good fires, cosy bunks, and everything I could wish for.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. McGarr. I'm glad to have met you. I hope we meet in the hill one of these days. In this room is a map of Scotland, mountain, loch, and glen. We want you to get to know that country, and what is equally important, to get to know the people who dwell there and understand their point of view. Our great Scottish cities are peculiarly favourably situated. Glasgow claims to be the second city in the empire, and yet within 30 miles is the gateway to the Western Highlands, and Loch Lomond in all her beauty lies as yet unspoilt by exploitation. Near at hand is Argyll, with its National Forest Park and its unrivaled opportunity of mountain climbing. The River Clyde provides another grand outlet to scenic beauty and to fresh air. Within a short distance are the Kyles of Bute and a wealth of sea lochs, ever refreshing in their grandeur and their diversity. For an industrial city of its immense size, Glasgow is truly blessed in the richness and in the accessibility of its surrounding playgrounds. Edinburgh is no less fortunate. Not far from those narrow closes and busy streets lies fertile agricultural land that rises swiftly to the wide slopes of the Pentlands and the Lammermoors. On the other side, the broad Firth of Forth and the waves from the open sea beyond almost break on Edinburgh's doorstep. Children play in the sands and beaches practically within sight of the capital's tenement houses. Inland are the rounded slopes of the Border Hills, with wood and river making their perpetual appeal. Over the Forth to Fife, across the bay to Angus and the Carse of Gowrie, up the Tay by the high road that leads to the mighty Grampians, along the hundreds of miles of our coastline with its fresh sea breezes. Our other cities, Inverness and Dundee, Aberdeen, and indeed nearly all our Scottish towns have the open country at their very doors, giving golden opportunity to the town dweller for the finest physical exercise we know of, walking. Now, football is one of our great traditional Scottish games, and I know it will interest you to hear what Mr. Jack Gardner has to say about it. Mr. Gardner is the centre-half of Queen's Park and has been the leader of the Scottish 11 in many thrilling games against England, Ireland and Wales.
As civil engineer, I'm working very hard from 9 to 5. As to my evenings, 3 nights a week I've got classes, so football can only be a secondary consideration to me. However, I do manage to keep fit with 2 nights per week training and a Saturday's game. Tuesday night's training usually consists of doing about 8 or 10 laps, alternate walk 1, run 1. This is for loosening up purposes and also for your breathing. After that, you do about 10 or 12 short, sharp sprints of 30 to 40 yards. Then into the gym, where we do exercises for stomach muscles, leg muscles, back muscles, flexibility and mobility. A hot bath and a cold spray and you're feeling tip-top. With these 2 nights a week, our club is able to compete in the first division of the Scottish League, which is a very great feat indeed. We may from time to time be beaten. We may find we haven't the skill of the other side, we haven't the ball control. But one thing that no one can ever question is our stamina. From start to finish, we always are 100% fit.
And now, what are the ladies doing? As organizer of the Women's Keep Fit movement, Mrs. Brown has done a great deal to make the women of Scotland fit. Perhaps you will tell us something about her form her classes take.
In our classes, we have women of all ages and from varying walks of life who feel the need of exercise. Our main idea is to improve the internal health of their bodies, and with better circulation, better digestion and breathing, to get a general sense of well-being. With a well-thought-out scheme of movement, we help our members to acquire good balance and posture and suppleness. Of course, we do use music, and the music is carefully selected for the exercises and does a very great deal to relieve the mental tension caused by monotonous work. So I think you would be struck if you came to one of our classes by the happy atmosphere that is created by the leader, the music, and the members themselves. Each member comes to learn how exercises should be done and how to correct faults in herself caused either by the inactivity of her life or by the wrong kind of activity.
What benefit, in your opinion, does the average woman get from attending your classes?
We find that in the course of a few months, our members acquire a poise and a keenness about life which helps them in their everyday duty. Even if they're very tired and weary beforehand, they all declare that after class they feel as if they were walking on air and fit for anything.
Well, now, you have seen some of the possibilities of keeping fit in Scotland today. I want you all to use them, to know your Scotland as Mr. Barr does, to play its games as Mr. Gardner does, to take a pride in your fitness as the pupils of Mrs. Brown do. Seize the chances that are awaiting you in this new and exciting world of physical recreation. When it comes to 1 o'clock on Saturday, when the gun fires, get ready, go.